Okay, hello, it's me, Carrie Marsh, and welcome to the first live stream I've done in quite a while. Definitely the first one I've done since I've lived in Lawrence, Kansas. Hello and welcome from Lawrence. I am happy you're here, and I'm excited to be writing this chart right now on a really, this new version of a chart um, on a song that's just really important to me because of its role in my musical life, and so this is a big deal. So, Selfless, Cold and Composed originally was um, arranged to be on arranged, to feature the Sacramento State jazz singers and C Sus combined, like my two ensembles that I had in 2008, and I believe that would have been the fall. It was the fall of 2008. We had three rehearsals on weekend, three like weekend rehearsals, with the third one being the recording of a video in our rehearsal room, capturing the live multi-track audio so that we could edit it later. And after a couple retreats on weekends, we made the recording that ended up being on Ben Folds' college a cappella album. That was a Sony release, his label at the time. And so it was really a huge deal for us to be, to be a part of that. To be a part of that thing. It was really a special time in my life, and it was really pretty cool for the students as well. We got to perform for him in Oakland. We opened for a solo concert that he had there. I mean, it was with his band, and then and it was at that time I remember backstage at the Fox Theater, I think, in Oakland, talking to him about how there was going to be this new show about a cappella music. Or featured a cappella music that was going to be coming up, and he was pretty excited about that. And we talked about the concept that they had for that TV show, and that ended up being the Sing Off, and that was a pretty big deal for a cappella music, and those of us from vocal jazz at the time as well. It was just all very exciting. I ended up directing background vocals groups, we call them Folds choirs, for symphony orchestra concerts throughout several months in 2009, and then we had several other runs over the years, sometimes one-off gigs, and he's not doing that as much these days, or hasn't done it for quite a while. I think the last one we did was in Red Rocks, but it was definitely all really really, really special. And I definitely loved the time, and have loved the time that I've gotten to work with Ben. He's still a friend, and every once in a while we'll call up and have something for me to do, and in this case for me and Julia to do. Julia and I, if you don't know, Julia Dollison, my partner, we worked on an album of his most recent Christmas album that he just released a couple months ago, or a few months. I guess it was back in October. So October 24. So he released Slayer, Sleighger, and that was. It was incredible to get to sing some background vocals, arrange some vocals for that album. So anyway, that is kind of the backstory here. Now, what am I doing with this chart? The arrangement itself, originally in C, and lots of low Cs for the bass. And although this chart actually was performed more than one might think for an arrangement that features that kind of low end, I'd like to kind of modernize. I'd like to modernize this a little bit. I feel like I need to bring this up to speed to make it a little bit more accessible to groups generally, and to try to make it more useful to more groups for the long term, and eventually, even I think I'm planning on writing it for um, rhythm section accompaniment as well, and so that's going to be a whole different thing. And so that's kind of what's going on here. But this arrangement, as you see, it's sitting here in E flat, but that's not where it's going to sit. I'm actually going to bring it up another whole step, so it's going to be up a fourth, and that's going to really change a lot of voicings, and I'm going to really end up moving things around quite a bit. And that is what I expect is going to be the you know the this is basically a puzzle solving uh, you know day for me. There's just a lot of puzzles to sort of musical puzzles to solve, and decisions, challenging decisions to make about voicings and concepts. This chart is almost 6 minutes long, which is also for an a cappella chart that's pretty aggressive. Um, and so the first thing I've done just now that you just saw me do is to get rid of the 8-bar intro. I'm gonna start square on the do 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 do. I'm just gonna get right into that with this new version of the chart. But we are in the wrong key, so I have to fix that really quick. Hello, Seth Angle. Nice to see you out there. It's been a long time since we've done one of these, right? But glad to be back on. This is the first time I've done a stream since I've been in Lawrence, like I said, and Julie and I moved here. Gosh, so it's been years. Julie and I moved here in I think October of 22, and so yeah, we for about 2.5 years I haven't done a live stream, which that's hard to. It's hard to believe. I believe it is true, though. I think that's correct. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like the last thing I live streamed was Push. So did I maybe stream that? Maybe I streamed the recording process on that. That was the Terrace Martin tune. But anyway, yeah. So here we go. This is going to ruin the chart as moving it up to. As moving it up to E flat really already did anyway, but what you can't see is I've got a dialog box open, and I am currently moving this thing up to or is the dialog box going to show up for you? Oh yeah, you'll see that, I guess. Let me see. Does that show up on the stream? Nope. You can't see what I'm clicking. Yeah, it's only going to show you the main window. In fact, I don't even think you can see my floating keypad. It's just how I have my OBS settings. It's the that's how I have this going. But Seth asks, have I ever heard of Beeble's Ave Maria? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a gorgeous piece. Really incredible. I love the TTBB version of that. It's really powerful. All right. Hey. Oh, man. It's so good to see. So how even to describe Jason Jason Vale, or Jay, if you like. They are an absolutely fantastic arranger, and that I met them at Southwestern Community College. And I'm still working on, and forgive me for my slowness on this, but I'm working on getting their chart on All I Need, as well as, so that's the Jacob Collier chart, as well as their version of Yellow as well. I'm going to have two versions of Yellow, two different arranging approaches, because they're both really excellent. One of those coming from Will Clements as well. So Jay's version is set to be out in this coming school year. Julie and I have to record the demo, and we're going to work on the chart and everything on that. But it's great to see you. I'm glad you caught it too. This is going to be interesting, and I'll be curious to see your thoughts as I'm making some tough decisions here about this chart. But the key really is. Let me see how this is going to come through. Are you going to hear? Let's see. You're not getting audio straight from my keyboard, so I'm just going to play it louder. Let's see. I mean, I guess you can kind of get that from my speakers. Um, anyway, the uh, the uh, I said what you wanted to hear. So, like the original Ben Folds tune is in G flat or F sharp, depending on how you want to look at it. I guess I would say G flat, right? But and I just absolutely love it in that key. I really like it for a tenor soloist, baritone soloist, however, and so I wanted to get it back there, but that always kind of screws up a lot of our plans for what to do with the soprano, and and how to, when you want to put the ensemble on the melody, you have some difficult decisions to make. So I know I'm going to have a hard time today, and there's going to be some sticking points, but that's why I'm bringing you cats on board with me, because I'm definitely going to need some inspiration as I go through this process. So here we go. So now, so right away, I can just tell you. Um, there is an intro in the original, and that's why I originally had this sort of footprints quote. So that was how the original starts, and then it goes major, and then we'd get into that. Uh, I I just don't. I really. It does need some kind of an intro, but I just don't. I don't like the. I don't like it anymore in this way. Seth says, yeah, you could set it as SSAATB, and it's true. I could split the SA, soprano altos more, um, and that might even end up being the thing. But the thing is, I really don't want it to be so high. So really, I'm going to end up revoicing a lot of this stuff. Like kind of the whole arrangement is going to be revoiced. So so really, what I think I'm going to need to do is have some. I think I need to have some extra, like placeholder staves sitting like at the bottom of the score, maybe like 3 of these. I'm gonna just throw on some placeholders here so that I can move things around a little bit more easily. In fact, I'm gonna get rid of these. Yoink. Yeah, because this is really the chart. But then I'm just gonna move stuff around and see what I can do. The first decision is, what do I do for an intro? Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll just do. I'll go ahead and keep the 8-bar thing. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put it back again, which is actually kind of a pain, but I'm gonna put the 8-bars back in, and I'm just gonna have it be like sort of vocal percussion slash, honestly, using, I'm going to recommend, as you can see here, brushes on snare. To me, I think would be pretty hip on this tune. Cajon could work. Maybe brushes on cajon could also work. In fact, why don't I write that as well? Brushes on snare or cajon. Or cajon. Whoops. I kind of like that effect as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get started with this. Yeah, so I've decided to put this thing into. Oh God, do I not have my? It's not gonna be great. I'm gonna have to restart Sibelius because my input isn't working. That's hilarious. But I know why that is, and so I'm gonna quickly reset. So it's gonna go blank for a second. It's gonna be right back. But yikes. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna have to fix this in screen capture. Oh my gosh, DeAndre! All right, nice to see you too. Oh my gosh, it's good to see all you cats. That's so nice, man. It's been way too long since I've done this thing. So I'm sorry. I'm setting up a setting something up here once again that since I needed to restart, and I'm hoping this works. Whoops. Okay, there we go. You should be back and running now in a second. Okay, um, let's see now if I gained my control over. There we go. So, DeAndre, so nice to see you. Hope things are well. All of you, nice to see everybody. How cool. Yeah, I didn't put this on Facebook or anything. Just organically reaching out to the folks who've signed up to subscribed on YouTube over the years. So I guess I'm gonna say doom. I'm gonna say doom, and I'm gonna suggest. It looks weird to do it like that, but I want them to kind of close to the M, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a mouth keep keep mouth mostly closed toward the M. See if that makes sense. And then I'll put a couple asterisks so that they see that. And then, so yeah, just gonna have the opening fifth here, and that'll be pretty close to the way fold starts is anyway. And then where do we go? So how do we get this across? I don't want this high. So to me, that's just a little too high. So I'm going to keep the bass part that I just recently rewrote as I was working on it in E flat. Let's make that. Yeah, let's take a breath there. Whoops. What should we do? Whoops. Why would it do that? Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. And we don't need a second mezzo piano. Okay. Now, so that's fine. Okay, so I think let's see. Okay, yeah, the original definitely is doing that. So, okay, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna kind of put this as a placeholder, this baritone part, and then I'm gonna put the tenors here, but try down the octave for. And then yeah, I'm not gonna do the going back up. So it's yeah, because now I don't want to crunch this. Yeah, I got to do something here. Yeah, so let's do rest ba-doom ba-doom. Yeah, rest ba-gong ga-gong. Yeah, how about that? I think I'll write it like this. Yeah, and then so keeping the bass out of the way. I don't want to crunch the half step with the berries and make that too muddy. Ba-doom, ba-doom, Ba-dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum. So it limits a little bit how where I can what I can do with the bass. But I think this is worthwhile. Jackson Max subscribed the other day, studying some of your scores. Excited to catch us live. How cool! Thanks for being here, Jackson. Very, very cool to see you. Appreciate you jumping on. Very cool. All right. All right. So, and then I'm just going to add back this decrescendo. I'm putting all my dynamics above the score like I'm supposed to. I've really never followed that, and I need to get hipper to that. So, now. So honestly, this now is, and you want me to be honest, right? This now is really, what was second sopranos doing the do 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 do. This is the tenors, but down the octave, and so now this we don't need them on this anymore. So a lot of swapping roles, swapping octaves. I think to move this thing up, the a fourth. Sorry, my brain just freezes up sometimes. Let me know how this is sounding. I know that it's not ideal right now. I don't have my. I've just got my piano sound. It's not actually going through the sort of screen capture audio like I mean for it to, but I'm hoping my mic is picking it up well enough that you can kind of check it out. That it's decent, and then you should be hearing. This will be jacked up right now, but yeah, so you should be hearing that okay, I hope. Now, what other elements do we have here? So I've moved this. This is now in place. So these extras down here are just going to give me placeholders so I don't lose, chunks of material as I reposition everything. Yeah. So I think that's going to work okay. And then so then what do we have on the upper structure then? The levels are good. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate that. Okay, we have. So I think it's going to be. Yeah, so I'm going to do something probably entirely different now with the upper structure, and for this intro, and so. Maybe a one or a couple fifths and a ninth in there to kind of put some color, and then also just. But I think only. No, let's do it right here. So let's. I'm not gonna. There's gonna be a lot of times where I don't complete sentences. You'll have to forgive me. And then let's stagger. Let's stagger their cutoffs and re-entrances here for this pad that we're going to have. So let's do, and then we'll do the same thing. God, there are going to be so many, there's so many problems that I'm going to have to solve on this. It's really a substantial rewrite to change the key this much. But let's just go ooh. Here, and in fact, this I can say is going to be piano, and then yeah. So let's do altos. Well, first of all, altos. and then let's have them take their break for breathing. I mean, I like to include the breathing as just like rhythmic interest essentially as well. So there'll be a little bit of not really Hocket, but just um, and Jason's asking how often. How often would you say that you overhaul charts in this way? I rarely get the chance to do it. I've done it. I did it with Don't You Worry About a Thing. I actually did a version of it with Virtual Insanity, but I have already done a refreshed 2025 version of Virtual Insanity that we just have to finish recording. I've done I Want You Back because it was a big hit, and that one's already done. And then I have a whole series of others. And The Wine Light is coming, Ordinary World, More Than Words. Yeah, let's see. There's 5 others that I will maybe think of gradually as we go. But I haven't done it enough over the years. I really. There was a time I remember vividly when I was talking to Paris Rutherford, who was, my, teacher at North Texas, my mentor, the late Paris Rutherford, and he, I was young and being silly, and I was kind of showing off to him how my standards were so high for vocal jazz charts. I think I was driving him from the airport when I was at KU or something. I'm like, oh man, I'm published already at UNC Jazz Press, but now I think I goofed up, and some of those charts I sent them earlier aren't any good anymore, and man, I just don't know what to do. I feel bad they're out there. And he's like, just rewrite them. He's like, rewrite the chart. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Just as soon as I bet he wasn't mean about it, but he's like, yeah, you should. There's nothing wrong with doing rewrite. And then the term rewrite over the years, I really associated that with Paris quite a bit. As my arranging teacher, it came up quite a bit because he would give suggestions for a chart that I was working on, and then I would be in rewrite mode, and that was a big thing for big band charts because there's so much going on. My voice whistling like that. My S is whistling today. There was so much going on in those charts, but anything else, like it was a complex thing to go back in and go into rewrite mode, and there's so much to think of. This chart is a complex rewrite because it's like 6-part but kind of orchestral. There's a lot going on in it, and so that's why I thought it'd be interesting to do. But I haven't done it enough. But I am frankly slowing down for a while, probably 2 or 3 years, on how much third-party publishing I'm going to be doing, because I really have about 100 of these charts, maybe closer to 75 that I'll really actually end up doing. But I need to pick away at them, maybe something like hopefully 15 new refreshed charts a year. There's a bunch of unpublished things right now that I could get the licenses on, or that I have the license on, but I don't have part tracks because Julia and I didn't record it together, or something. The standard is just, like here's me talking about the standard again, but like the chart just doesn't look like it ought to look for the current website, and I'm trying to keep things really usable for directors and for students and all that. So anyway, this is kind of what's going on here. This one right now I just find interesting, and there is a wonderful group. I won't spoil who it is in case they don't want to announce it yet, but there's a wonderful group in Europe that has recorded one other chart of mine and done a really cool music video on it, and they've wanted to do this, but they wanted to not do it in C. And they were asking for it up a whole step, and I'm like, well, I could just put it up the old chart up a whole step, but I'm about to release the new one, so why don't I get this one higher up in the queue? Let me just start working on this one. And so that's what I'm doing here. But then as I was, figuring out what I want to do I want to put this in? Do I want to put it in D? I don't know. I don't feel like that's helping that much to put it just with low D as the bass. And so what if I do E flat? And then as I was playing through it, I'm like, gosh, I'm getting so close to Folds'. I'm getting so close to the real key. Said what you wanted to hear. I was like, oh man, why don't I I'll put it not in G flat, F sharp, whatever. I'm not going to put it in. I just don't like those keys. But if I put it down a half step, it should be pretty close. And so here we are trying to figure out how to do this thing in F. And of course, I'm talking a lot. And so, and so we're not getting a ton done, but I'm loving the chance to talk to you about all this stuff now. So here we go, progressing a little bit. Put my dynamics on there. I should mark somewhere, hopefully the demo is just going to be a good demonstration of how the groove in the beginning is going to be really important to this. You don't want to just have doom, it's going to sound like they told me pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. All right, so I'm going to have I'm considering messing with the altos a little bit. Sorry, this is what I do. I sit and hang out on a chord for a while. Yeah, I'm going to move the altos around. They're going to do something interesting. So it's a little more color than the tune really wants. But let's see. Let's do that. We're going to get them to the F, going to get them to the root. And then yeah, and they're going to get a through compose line, I think. Ironic, or not ironic, special shout out to the title of the tune there. And so, yeah, their line won't be the same. It's not going to be a 4-bar phrase like the rest. Oh, yeah, let's do that. And then it'll kind of taper with the rest of the line. Could they make it? I think they can make it. And then taper, and we're out. How is that? So that's a longer phrase for them, but and then they're on do rather than oo, and then it's just going to be soprano 1 and 2 that have that 9 and 5 thing going on. So I can do the playback on this. I don't know if it's going to sound very good, but we'll see. I need to change my settings. Let's see. Altos, why are you on vocals? I think I just want piano and everything. Oh, no, I know what that is. That's all this junk down here, which I need to turn off. Sorry, 1 second while I fix those so we don't hear the ta ta ta. Okay, so here's the intro. Nope. That's too busy. Yep, it's too busy. Sorry, altos, you don't get to be that interesting. And you don't get to sing do. You're going to be on an oo after all. Yeah, no, that's not good. Then I just need to, so then all I need to do with them is figure out, yeah, that was way too much harmony. I was overwriting there. Let's get them in on 1 here, and then I'll do the same timing that it was going to be before. Yep, okay, cool. Let's keep it simpler with the intro. I take it back. I apologize. That was not a good idea. So you're not going to hear massive difference here, but the soprano 2G is hitting at the same. I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know that I meant to. I didn't really mean to do that or anything. But okay, first verse. Let's see how we got this. So, how do we like this for the solo? I said what you wanted to hear. Is that really dominant? Said what you wanted to hear, and what I mean, to hear, but it's really just like 6/9, which for some reason isn't looking right in this chord symbol. Not nice. Okay, E flat, 6/9. Oh man, I got to change my chord symbol settings. That looks crappy. I will not forget that, but for right now, that is what it is. Yuck. Okay. Anyway, I have to fix that. My library is kind of messed up. This is a new computer, and I don't have all my settings together. Okay, so let's get the bass and yeah, let's get the so I would say. I'm gonna keep it like this. It's gonna be looking weird the whole time. But yeah, I'm gonna not make that a dominant chord. I think I must have. Boy, that's interesting. That's a choice I made back then. That. Hold on. All right. You can't listen to this because it will screw everything up. But I have to listen to folds really quick. Okay, so I'm pausing for a moment. I've got to turn off my mic while I go in and listen to how Ben does that harmony. Just so I'm making sure that I'm not out of my mind here. So listening, hang in there for a second. I will be right back. Okay. Yeah, that's what I heard. It's 6/9. It's totally 6/9 chord. So that's what I'm going to be. One of the things I'm going to be fixing. Now I can reharm obviously, and there are spots in this chart that are quite reharmonized, and I'll probably leave those reharmonized in a lot of spots. But this I need to. This I need to not try to have that dominant chord. I think that's one of the big fixes here. Yay! I get to fix that. So that's pretty crunchy in this context. So mostly I've got to get the bass. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do. Let's do. I gotta try to leave some room for baritones. And so I've got to use the bass as low range quite a bit of the time. I'm going to see if this doom 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 will work. Now I'm not writing with D flat in mind, and I am writing E flats in this chart. but yeah, I don't want to have D flat. I want E flat to be the either E flat or D, depending on what inspires me later. That's going to be the low end there. So we're going to see how that goes. But boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, doom, ba-doom. Let's see, and then yeah, boom. So I'm writing from bottom up right now, as you can tell. Ba-doom, doom, ba, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba. Yeah, I can leave a lot of this. Boom, 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 ba, ba. Let's see. Let's do dum ba ba dum dum ba dum. So it's slightly different. About dum ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba dum dum. Let's do ba dum ba dum 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 ba dum dum. Nah. Dum ba dum dum. Dum dum ba-dum dum ba-dum dum ba-dum dum 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 ba-dum. Yeah, that's fine. Dum dum ba-dum ba-dum dum dum ba-dum dum ba-dum dum ba-dum dum dum ba-dum dum. Maybe dum ba-dum dum. Yeah, I'll see if I can make that work. Okay, good. Okay, made it that far. Just the first chunk. I'm kind of thinking just these little, 16 bar phrases one at a time. Now I know solo is going to be good there. Said what you wanted to hear, wanted to hear, wanted to hear, wanted to. Let's see. Let's do wanted to. Let's just push that a little bit. Wanted to hear. And then here is good. This is back when I didn't use slurs in my for melismas very often, which isn't that funny. And what now let's just call this a scoop, I think. And then wanted to say, wanted to say. I can't do the melisma that well. there might be cats like watching this right now. They're like, oh, you just are smearing that, and you have no articulation with your melismas. You are correct. Wanted to say, so I, well, yeah, I won't call that a scoop. We'll take it back. But that I need to call a scoop. Okay, so bass solo done. Except I'm going to write the hardest thing to do is all the middle stuff, obviously. But laying out what the counterpoint is, I think, is kind of crucial to my process here. So, dum ba dum dum ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba dum. You're seeing the trend here. Dum, dum, ba-dum. So all the back half 8 notes that move directly into a downbeat are bas, except I screwed that one up. Dum, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So this broken, this sort of broken one feel is the prevailing groove in this jazz waltz here. Ba-dum, dum, dum, ba, dum, dum, ba-dum. Dum dum ba dum dum ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba dum 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 ba. Yeah, I'll keep this written short. Dum 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 ba dum dum ba dum. So just this is the thing that I used to say. Oh, you'll hear it with the syllables. Basically, I would, and that's why you don't see syllables here, because I would do things like this. I would write duh. And then so on, like continue da 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 da, and this is just the kind of stuff that I don't like anymore. I'm just going to be more explicit about it and just write the syllables that need to be sung. Dum 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 dum. Okay, and then whatever happens after that. Okay, bass part, you're done. Now, what do we do? I do like. this is going to happen quite a bit. We're going to have this solo that's going to be right, like in this baritone range. And so do I write this stuff? I said what you wanted to hear. Um, or do I write some crunchy stuff? I just don't think I can. I don't think I can use this high thing at the beginning. I think I'm gonna have to wait on that. So I. Dang it! See. Mm. See, this is my first problem. I really want to go doo, doo, doo. Yeah. Dum, ba-dum, dum, 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 ba-dum. Yeah, see, this I can't actually I really want to have I can't have that interesting of a bass line, it turns out. Because I really do. Yeah. So baritone part is gonna do this thing, which is just what it had, but down an octave. Whoops. Yeah, isn't that interesting? So it changes what I could do with the bass part. Yeah, I mean D flat would be amazing here. Low D flat would be amazing, but I've got to write practically. Yeah, so let's do. Yeah, I'll keep some of these grooves from the old chart. I'm gonna just take this and temporarily throw it down here because I'm gonna wipe this out. Do 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 whoa, do do whoa. In fact, I'm gonna end up stealing the altos and putting it down the octave. Do 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 whoa, whoa, do do whoa. Basses, you just don't get to be as interesting as all that because I really need I really need the roots of these chords carefully clarified. So where did I come from with tenors? So tenors are going to get the they're going to get the low G. I don't need to do placeholders now. And then just put the altos on A. Yeah, no, none of that. And then and then this is just the soprano part down the octave. And yes, what do I do with sopranos? I don't know yet. Let's see. So if I had... Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna double. So one thing I considered was just now was baritone and tenors doing the same thing on that bari line, but I just don't like the tenors that low. Altos. Okay, so altos are they're fine, but yeah, but they don't need doubling. So yeah, the only thing that needs doubling is this. And so yeah, I'm actually gonna start this with a doubling. Okay, so there we are. We're into the verse. We have a start. At least you just got to get going. At least on this thing like this. Oh, and then this can hold over. You know, yeah, that's what this is. And then what is this? So whatever the shape is gonna be, let's go ahead and keep the shape like the old chart has. Ooh, do 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 ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. So that's fine. Do 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 ah, ah. Let's do 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 do. And we're gonna just hold this here. Whoa, 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 okay, yeah, and then we'll move to G here for the tenors. So we're grabbing. You can just see this E flat 6 9. So cluster down there. And I'm not sure what's happening above it, but we have do, do. I definitely know we're gonna get all of this harmony, so I know it's do 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 do, and then do. So we get the 7th, we get the 13th in the altos. Let's see, maybe do we split? Yeah, let's get the 9th. So we'll split the S1s up there. So now it's and then say what you wanted to. Let me just see if I can make this work closing in. I'm going to see if I can make this work closing in on the middle of the voicing here as I figure it out. So I know do. You know what? Tenors have to move, don't they? Tenors have to get out of the way. This whole chord, this whole progression, this whole thing's moving. So it'll be. Don't love that for in terms of simplicity, but this whole thing wants to move down and. And then soprano 2s. Whoa. By the way, I will tell you as an aside here, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, okay, one part at a time, that's really interesting. Yeah, I don't write an open score very much. This is really a mental challenge for me to kind of keep track of what everybody's doing. But I know that I'm going to have this polyphony that's going to happen in several stages of this chart, and I just know that that's what's coming, you know. And I just, you got to write an open score when you're going to do a thing like that. And it does keep things pretty simple for the reading, at least. A lot of people like open score. I know folks in Europe really like open score. I write as much as I can in closed score. You know, grand staff maybe plus the bass part if it's, you know, because it'll in acapella be doing so many different rhythmic things. But man, yeah. This is challenging for me. So So we're gonna end up with a little bit of doubling here. One, two, three, four. Yeah. So to keep this as an actual 6/9 voicing and not like try to sneak in a major seventh, there's got to be some doubling. Um, Said what you wanted to hear, 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 so hear, hear. So the A flat being kind of a bluesy kind of thing in that case. And what I, and what now this, because of the key we're in, is going to belong up here, and I don't know necessarily that we're going to do anything. But that bass part. Oh, what do we do? Let's actually have. Let's go ahead and let the sopranos sustain the F instead in this version. How about that? And then, and that kind of matches with the I. I think that was why I did it before. I think that's okay to have like that. Let's see. I wanted to say, yeah, let's keep it thin there. So we had a little bit of color early on, but then we'll keep out of the way. Now just what do I do with the bass to make this work? Yeah, let's just do it's just gotta be more like that. I don't want to do it just doesn't sound great, the C and the bass against the D flat, even just a memory of it, it'll be reverb at that point. But then wanted to say okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and make that a bit of a snappy crescendo, and then it'll be subito piano again when we land back here. So I'll say that this is gonna crescendo to mezzo forte even. Whoops. Wait a minute. Did I push the right one? Oh, it should be. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Crescendo is up to mezzo forte, and then subito piano again, which means I gotta write a sub and need to italic that, bold italic that. Yeah, let's bold italic that business. Okay, then, but I'm not sure if that's what's going on here. So let's see. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, hello out there. Hi everybody watching. I hope you're enjoying. This is tedious, right? This is a tedious process, but may be useful or interesting to see exactly how tedious it is to do a rewrite like this, where really every corner of this is going to be rethought, but at least I have something to start with. My original chart, transposed in Sibelius up a fourth, which makes it mostly not work. And then I have to, definitely have to move things around. And so, yeah, the process is fairly painstaking. It's about as challenging as writing the chart from scratch, I would say. So what is this? Wanted to say. Oh, this actually, this works pretty well. Except not the, yeah, it's not dominant anymore. So, but this is about right, I think. Except it's going to go up here. Just going to scoot it up one voicing, and then maybe I'll figure something out to do with the baritones. So here's what the original does. And then yeah, so and then that would be to get it to a 6/9 voicing instead of the dominant voicing. So what would it be? And then I need things to move a little bit, so. Yeah, all this can do is there's not enough room really. Baritones don't have much of a role here. Is there anything I can think of to have the baritone do so they don't have to sit out this much? Maybe what I'll do is just go ahead and put this back here. And then should I just have... Yeah, I guess I'll have soprano 1 and 2 on the... Yeah, you know what? This is too dramatic to make that a crescendo, but it's not too dramatic if I it's not too dramatic if I have this exact move happen here. And then this subito piano, subito rather, I gotta pronounce that right. The subito piano happen here on whatever's gonna happen, but then this all goes away. So here is really the crescendo, right? So this gets really simple. That's right. We'll take it. Yeah. So no longer subito there, but this now is good. So we double S1 and 2, and then have, and then, and so everybody gets to crescendo. Ooh. Okay, I now have a reason to have the soprano 1s lay out. So we can do this thing, we'll take it back, and they're not going to do this, but I'll have them instead. This is part of the concession for, this is part of what I'm doing by putting this in, in a up a fourth. Essentially, is that just doesn't make sense there energy wise, right? But sorry, I'm not finishing sentences. Please forgive. Dum dum dum, ba-dum, yeah, ba-dum dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm not sure what this is going to be yet. So, back. So what is? Oh, I see. Yeah, that made a lot of sense before, but now it's back. So instead, this is going to be somewhere else, and then there really wasn't. That really didn't exist before. Having the root hanging out of that. Notice, by the way, I've jumped right into what the middle of the group is doing rather than figure out what the bass interaction for 16 bars is going to be with the lead or something. I think this is probably not actually a double bar. Okay, there you go. But it's weird to me that this is the first rehearsal letter. There's no way. Is that really the first? I should have had a rehearsal letter back here. In fact, we can have one there, and we can have one there as well. All right. So yeah. So what is this voicing? So. Yeah, okay. Okay. Get back, and then so it'll be alto, tenor, but then okay, got it. So then we're gonna have ninth, and we'll have that roll. Just distributing these standard rolls across to the different voices. We're gonna have ninths plenty, and then oh yeah, I'm sorry, I did that backwards. Whoops. Yeah, I keep it in order actually, and then tenors can have the. You can have that the kesh. Is that what we call it? Chromatic elaboration of static harmony. Okay, and then which is I put as a placeholder here, but we got it now. And then yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah, I'm gonna do a similar thing. Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, do yeah, do da do da do da do da da do da do da do. Do I do ma ha let's simplify this a little bit. So and then whatever's going to happen after that, we'll do it now. So we can actually keep the bass part the way it is. This time we can. Dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, 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 dum, 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 ba-dum, dum, 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 ba-dum, dum, 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 ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, ba-dum, 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 ba. I don't know yet what that's gonna do. Let's see. So this line, this figure kind of makes sense. And all I don't think that's a push. I don't think we have to push every fourth bar of this chart. So I won't crescendo. Let's do call this mezzo piano though. If I'm going to micromanage the dynamics. That's decent. Good, except the dominant chord. Dishes and all of the dishes intact. Okay, so I can't believe that was wrong for all these years. That's embarrassing. I guess dish was right. Dishes intact. Yeah, this is all messed up with the lyrics here. Let them be is lowercase. Oh, all the dishes intact, let them be broken. Yeah, so there you go. So I think this actually works okay here. All of the dishes intact, because they put the solo underneath the or put the solo underneath the ensemble, which is nice to have them separated. Wow. So I made that a sus chord in the original chart. I don't want it. I don't think this time, but let's see. The dish is in time. Let's just try. I'm going to try to voice this with almost what we've got. Let's see. Yeah, 6/9 voicings don't have enough notes. When you're writing 5-part crunchy backgrounds, you end up wanting to double because really you only need 4 notes to get everything. Otherwise, you've got a root. So you just need the 4 essential notes, which are basically the 6 and 9, and then the third, and then maybe the fifth, as just something else that doesn't get in the way. But if you're writing the major seventh, then that's turning into, um, that's just a major seven voicing, major, I guess major 13, right? So if you really want the quality of that 6/9 voicing, then you really don't have that many notes to play with. You could do a sharp 11 or something, but it's a little cute. So I don't think I'll do that either. Okay, so I would almost rather double. Yeah, I would rather double color. Yeah, I would rather double something with color than write a root in these voicings. So that's kind of the solution there. So and then now how's the bass part working? Let's do let's start fresh here and go which doompa is definitely on the edge. Let's do wah wah. Oh yeah, let's give a break here. Yeah. So now I haven't done the wah chord, so here's and then originally it was yeah, that's pretty nasty. So none of that survives. Let them. So because I let them be. Yeah. Let them. Yeah. Now. Yeah, I don't want to preview the F. Like Ben sings that early, but I don't want to get there too soon. So I honestly think, I think that might feels like it's a little intense. I mean, again, this charts up a fourth, so sopranos at this stage I haven't edited their parts, so it's a little big. Let them, yeah. Let them be. Actually, yeah. Let's not go that high. Let's just put them on the 6. So. And then, yeah, not too interesting necessarily for these inner parts anymore. But we are no longer doubling because, well, we're doubling the, no, we're not. Let's see. What's the difference here? Oh, it's because we have the root. I went ahead and put the root in the tenor part because the voicing shape feels good. So I don't know why the rule is different on the wah chord. And I wonder, does it need to be wah? Da, 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 ooh, oh, ah. It might be do do. Whoa. It's probably whoa, isn't it? Do do whoa. Yeah, this is gonna be whoa, and then whoa ah, and then whoa wah probably. Ooh whoa ah. Classic vocal jazz arranging device. Ooh oh ah. For your crescendo needs. Make the baritone tenor too. Um, yeah, I don't do that a lot. It's because I don't think I appreciate that, Seth. I don't think a lot of I don't think a lot of boy, I just the SSAT baritone B like concept. I've used that for so long. Calling it tenor two would be a real shift for me, and it might confuse the folks who buy my charts, frankly. Um, but that's cool that you would do that, and it doesn't make it it doesn't make what I'm doing like the right thing necessarily. I just got I for publishing and stuff, I kind of standardize my approach to things a bit so that it's consistent and reliable in a way. And so I guess that's kind of the angle there. Instead of calling it 10 or 2, it is true that I might be getting that. I mean, I'm going to try to bring their parts down from what you're seeing here. Is a lot of above the staff stuff, but I mean that is getting slightly edgy to have them hanging out. But this is also kind of a high floaty section. I want my baritones living between here and here, but not necessarily. I don't necessarily want them above C very often. I want to minimize that a little bit. And that's just if you've worked with baritones in groups or whatever, you know that they would please prefer to kind of stay nestled inside that bass clef if possible, though. All right, so anyway, I haven't written Let Them Be. Okay, so do do let them be. Yeah, and this one I think the original move was which I'm not going to do this way, but the original move was to have it go right to the major 7. Which I'm going to mark it since I'm going to do that. So I'm going to say this is F major 7, and then it, instead of pretending that, instead of pretending that it's not that, that it's just like F triad or something like that. I want that to be accurate. So cleaning up these markings just a little bit, but I have to clean up the voices. Also, the voicings, I haven't fixed these voicings on what is now going to be wah. So, yeah, so, yeah, let's do it this way. Yeah, and then this is going to be down the octave. And so, beep, yeah. Oh, tenors. Maybe I'll let the tenors do that move while everybody else hangs out on the F in this version, and it's almost just to give them a break from having to falsetto that, because the move is this, the dynamic move is this thing. and this decrescendo to piano. So I think, yeah. Oh, the second soprano note. You've been hanging. It's a lot the same, but same. I'm just there's a lot of similarities here, and it's yeah. But putting them, yeah, it's I don't know. Um, I don't know. I think it's okay in this section. I mean, it's functional. Ooh, ah, yeah. So here's your ooh, ah, oh, whoops. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Yeah, I've taken to writing wah instead of ah in situations like this. Even though people going whoa ah will put a W at the beginning of it, I don't want anybody to think it's a glottal. Yeah, so let's give the bass a break. Let them be. Let's do. In fact, this will be like. Yeah, so it'll be that. So just give the basses a break. Whoa. So they know this is what they're going toward, and then this really is actually going to be like mezzo piano or something by here. Dum 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 and then I got to get at this from above and so boom 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 boom. Yeah. Whoops. Definitely not mezzo forte. Be broken. Okay, so now we're gonna see what's going on here with our big push into the first chorus. So, so I'm going to try to get dense 5-part writing here. So I believe that means I'm going to need to start here. Yeah, so it's dense, but there we go. So that was a decrescendo from piano, so it's pretty quiet. So we better reset the dynamic expectations here. One second while I figure out how to do that. Okay. Ah. Can I make this look better? There we go. And then, I guess this is just mezzo piano again, right? Or, let's see. Well, we'll start it as piano. And so I'm not telling the bass to get softer because they are going to be, yeah, they still have to keep singing through this decrescendo. So they shouldn't decrescendo, but then the rest need to get back established that this is piano. I could do that faster. Okay, and then so just God, my words are gone. Inverting these voicings, inverting these D flat voicings up. Yeah, literally just taking over each other's notes. See, this is why it's so slow for me writing in open score. Ugh. And then right here, it doesn't look like I need to write an open score because there's no polyphony, but that stuff comes in later. So, yeah, that bass line works. So just now I'm kind of a bar at a time. Oh yeah, I had a. I did. Broken. Bro, yeah, I'm keeping closer to the original tune with this version of it, and so I'm not going to do the dominant chord here. There will be reharm. There will be reharm. I will leave some of the reharm, but just not not now. So. Oh. Oh yeah. Let's just. Yeah, let's get make a jump on ah. Whoa, ah, whoa, ah. So here's your ooh oh ah again. Shamelessly reusing that device. I have no shame in redoing that. I mean, this whole thing crescendos really, but there is kind of a secondary. But let's just say that the most important crescendo is happening here, and we'll put that in, and then get rid of these others. Whoops. What do you all believe I should do there? Yeah, I think that's probably the move. In fact, let me. Oh yeah. I'll put. I'll put an accent on this. Does this work? Wait, what am I? Out of my mind? Yeah, okay, yeah, that works. I think that should be good. Broken. Okay, so. Yeah, I don't like the octave jump that fast. So doom ba doom 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 ba doom, and then I think ba doom ba will be good in that spot. And then another subito. So what are we going to here? How far are we taking this? Let's say mezzo forte. I'm just being kind of conservative with that call there, but this is awkward to put into the score in this way. But yeah, it's lining up okay. Broken, broken. Okay, and then we'll figure this out. This is very crescendo heavy, and so I need my subito back again. Subito, going right in there, and yeah. And then yeah, this is when I again would write. Uh, I would do asterisks and then write a note. Continue with the same syllable every time I do this, and I'm just like, yeah, man, that is da 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 ba da da ba da. But ba da is better than da 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 ba da da. So why would you not go ahead and let's see. Da, 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 da. It's easy. Da, 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 da. It's easy. Is the it's easy bit going to be another subito mezzo piano? I guess it is. So there's a lot of dynamic moves here. Very, very crescendo-y, vocal jazzy kind of stuff that we've got going on. So, ba-dum, da, ba, da, da, ba, da, da, ba, da. So let's get the bass on. Da, 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 ba, da, da, ba, da. It's easy to doom 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 doom. Yeah, and this is gonna get a big working over uh, the chorus for sure. Now, da da. Yeah, actually, what did I write all these das for? I want or does rather. I want a bunch of das. I've moved away from writing duh most of the time now. And I'll just let people figure out that they should be bright, from the recordings and things like that, and what the director tells them to do. So now I have no idea if these are even the right lines here. So let's see. What is this? Okay. Luckily, this was right. This is really all we can do here anyway. And I mean, I like the original arranging idea, so I'm. Yeah, so this is all fine. Um, let's be consistent and go bada on the eighth pickups. Da, 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 ba-da. Yeah. Da, da, da. Now, not like that though. Da 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 ba da, but like that. Ba da. So again, subito piano goes copy, and then I'm going to do it like this. Oh yeah. So yeah, all of this like rhythmic junk that happens here that kind of yeah. So da da ba da 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 ba da. Is that really a crescendo to? It's not that big of a crescendo, is it? Man, why don't I not make this a crescendo? Let's just call this subito, or just call this mezzo forte from the previous crescendo. We don't need to make another move like that. And then it's not really like a subito move anyway. It's just going to mezzo piano. You know what I mean? Okay. So we're good here. I'm going to take a quick break, just a bio break, and I am let's see. Um, let's see. I don't have this set up, but I know that. Oh, just hang in there for a second. I'll be right back. Just gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Thanks for being here. This is fun. Getting ready for the chorus. All right, bye. Okay, thanks for hanging in. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Um, okay, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. How are we doing? Are we having fun yet? Are we ready for the chorus? Now, here is the challenge of this entire chart. What to do when the, say, soprano ones were on the melody? Do I have them go, it's easy to be, easy to be? First of all, I'm not going to do this thing where I split the soprano ones and have 1A and 1B because that is a pain. But they're definitely not going to be singing E on, up there. So this is the interesting thing. It's easy to. So we have to take it back down. It's easy to be. So yeah, this has really been one of the things that I've struggled with the most. And I believe what the answer is. It's easy to be. It's easy to be. It's easy to be. Yeah. Wow. I don't want them to sing a low F. So I've got to give. So I've got to give sopranos. I think soprano 1 and 2 have to have something else going on, and then they'll sing upper harmony. I just think that's what it's got to be. And so, so if I move here, I'm just going to temporarily move my just so I can kind of have them handy. I'm just going to move these down so I don't lose track of what I did with them. And then I've got to just write the melody down. I mean, I've got to have the melody, I think, in the alto, except I'm not going to do that split. So we're going to see. This is really where, I mean, this is the reason I haven't done this. I mean, this right here, this moment in this chart is why I haven't done this yet. I'm going to keep these chords handy in case I accidentally delete them. Something like that. Okay. In fact, I don't need them here for sure. But yeah, this is what's really been bothering me, moving this, because I put it into C because, number one, it would feature my low bass singer at Sac State in 2008 who could sing low Cs comfortably. And then also, and very helpfully, it allowed for some of my soprano alto soloists who were very strong to be soloists on the tune, and also it put the melody of the chorus and a few other spots in the chart into a good range for soprano, where it wasn't ridiculous. And now all of a sudden, it's just not there anymore. And so now what we have is, hey, I sold a single copy of a chart for something. Yeah, that's cool. And so now I need altos to go, it's easy to be easy and free. And I'll figure out if I'm going to do anything with the D natural or whatever. But when it doesn't meet, and then here's where the reharm happens in the original. Okay, but so what is it like to have 3-part harmony under here? It's easy to be. So if I do, it's easy to. obviously in both tenor and baritone, and then the harmony. We sing third, and then sixth. E and free. Easy. And actually, this move I don't think I can do like I did in the original with and free, because that would have been the leads, but that's more out front. And soprano and altos are going to be doing something else, and I don't know what it is yet. We're about to find out. But actually, this needs to be easy and, like they're going to have to do that. So it's easy to just so that the melody is heard enough, right? That bass line is going to get super changed because that's ridiculous in this situation now. Now, I'm not going to be that clever. Okay. So they're doing that. So it's easy to be. Yeah, just boom, 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 ba, ba, boom, ba. It's just a smaller little range. I think it's. Let's do them. And then, yeah, I'm going to try to do this A flat reharm. When it doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use that reharm if I can. Yeah, but let's finish this lower bit of this chorus here. As easy to easy and free. And easy and free. Free. So again to the 6th or 13th. No slurs on melismas back in the day. My gosh, how did my business even survive this long? So easy and free. When it doesn't, and then they're gonna have to agree. When it doesn't, same deal. When it doesn't mean. Now, not necessarily, yeah, because I'm going to end up. That melody is just going to get buried. Wow. I'm sorry. This is me processing that. Man, there's a reason I moved it. I mean, there was a reason it was in C before for this purpose, and I can solve these problems. I know I can, but it's gonna take some thought. When it doesn't. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to figure out what soprano and alto are doing in this section. Now, do I have the solo the whole time? I mean, not really. I kind of want to have the solo be able to lay out, right? So when it doesn't meet, when it doesn't meet me, when it doesn't meet me, when it doesn't meet. Yeah. So I mean, God, it's just got to be this. At least here. The sopranos have to be on the melody. They have to be on the melody by mean anything, so I can get this. Um, yeah. When it doesn't mean anything. Oh no, major seven for sure. Sorry, I was out of my mind there. But yeah, when it doesn't, they're just gonna sing the F because I just don't want to have a chart that just like having a chart that has the that's asking that just says, hey, your low bass really kind of needs to have a low C. So basically that just wipes out all of these groups from potentially being able to do the chart. The um, then you've got essentially, if I were to say soprano ones and twos need to sing a low, sing an F. I mean, I know soprano ones and twos. I have them now in my groups, and they're just. You just don't want to say, look, you need to be able to sing a low F. They're going to feel bad. It's not going to be good. So when it doesn't mean, and I'll just, the melody's clearly down here, and if I've doubled it up, if I've got three different parts on it, alto, tenor, bari, then that's at least going to help get through that. Jay says, are there any things that you used to do prevalently in your old arranging texture that you wouldn't do now harmonically and rhythmically, etc.? I'm just wondering, since we've heard you talk about your formatting choices you make nowadays. Yeah, the formatting. The interesting thing, I'm gonna maybe this will partially answer your question, but it is the first thing that occurs to me. I think that the fact that I write a cappella so much with like SSA in like on its own staff, like one staff, and then T Barry on a second staff, and then the bass line on its own staff, and then maybe a solo, almost truly a solo above that. So like 4 staves instead of 7, like this, right? To get 6-part plus the solo. I really think that it has influenced my writing since I decided that the form of it, the look of it, and the formatting of it really does matter to the whole process and to the experience that a group has. And I one can very easily argue that shouldn't be as big a priority as I make it. But what that does, when you write like that, you're very much less likely to write polyphony. You're not gonna put like the soprano ones, twos, and threes on rhythmic, like different rhythmic stuff, because it looks really awful to write in 3 layers. On a staff, right? 3 layers is so hard to tell what's going on. So 2 layers you can do, stems up and stems down, and even that 2 different rhythms. Kind of try to minimize how much you have to do that, and maybe I'm subconsciously making arranging choices that go away from needing to do that. But I just think, I've got so much of this that's lined up right now that it just, I'm real. I could almost get away with it, except for the choice that I made here in the intro. And then SSA almost could be together, but they can't because of this. This would look really awful in one staff. But starting at letter B, I could. And so I could, it'd be okay. Like this extra line note in the melisma would need to be on its own thing. And then the S2 and alto would be stems down or something like that. So you could make a lot of this work, and I could do it separately. I could go from, in my score, obviously, I could have, I could have it such that these, collapse and then they spread apart and blow up and all that. But God, I don't know. I might even do it, but like a figure like this, da da ba da 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 ba da, like all this, I could do it all day long in the tenor Barry. But right here, soprano one, two, and three. I mean, soprano one and two and alto. Like you really have to have those. Um, don't you just have to have those? I mean, they would look terrible if I tried to do it in layers because then they're all on the same note. It's all messed up. So I'd have to blow it up here. I don't know. I think for simplicity of reading and not having to go up and down and back and forth and be like, okay, now I'm here. And every student has to get out a highlighter. Every singer in the group has to get out a highlighter and say, oh, I'm on this part now. It just makes it easier that they constantly say, I'm always second soprano. I'm always the second one down in the ensemble. But yeah, yeah, I guess that does kind of answer the arranging texture question. But yeah, harmonically, I think that I was probably um, I was a bit, I will say, bolder with my choices 20, well, not 20 years ago, 17-ish years ago when I wrote this chart, 16 and a half years ago. I was bolder, but it also was from lack of experience of having to tune these chords with real life groups and then hearing these charts performed by groups at festivals and stuff. And Now I'm thinking ahead about that a little bit and trying to help them out with voice leading and just making sure that I don't put any particular part into a super awkward situation, at least not too much. If I do it, then I try not to do it again to them in that chart. So it's just like one spot where they have to really work it out. So I think there's a lot of practical things that I've picked up over the years that I'm now incorporating in my writing, and that's part of the refreshed concept. Also, just the notation again, like it really to me, like it really matters that you put slurs on free ye like that. It just I feel like this is really I feel like it's really important, and I always when I record a chart, if I miss things like that, I always catch it in the recording process, or Julia does, and then we'll mark it in the chart, and charts get super marked up in the recording process, and then we'll record it, we finish it, and then I'll go in, and then I'll obviously clean everything up, and at that point, it's usually in pretty good published shape nowadays. But this is a system that I've developed over the years, and it's gotten fairly efficient, but I just didn't have the systems worked out back then. When I was 17 years ago. So yeah, this chart, I really wasn't thinking about this as a published chart anyway. When I did it for Sac State, we were just like quickly in the course of in the course of 3 weeks or whatever, trying to get win the like be a part of this competition to being on this Ben Folds album, and so that was the point of it back then. And then later, when it was on the album and everything, I was like, oh, sick. Let's actually publish this thing. And then some people have performed it, not a ton, but some pretty good groups who, a group like yours at SWIC, like First Take could hang with this. Audio Radiance could hang with this, as long as you've got like somebody like James on low bass or whatever, like a super low bass who could hang with that low C and everything. But so maybe that version of the chart people would like more if you want to feature low bass and all that. But yeah, I'm incentivized by frankly by the commerce part of this in a way that I as an idealistic young writer always kind of thought like, well, I really shouldn't bow to the needs of lots of groups or whatever. But now I realize it is part of the business of this, and it is how we sustain our livelihood, is to write music that more people can sing, as opposed to being really specialized. But because I also write a lot of commissions, so the commissions are specialized, and sometimes they're not as popular because they were really written for one group in particular. So anyway, I just learned a lot about that side of the thing a little bit, but there is an altruistic factor too. I want more human beings to be able to enjoy this music, and it makes me feel good when I know that they're performing and everything. It's very gratifying. But yeah, specific harmonic stuff. I think we'll probably get to those things. Like the decision about the E flat 7, I wasn't very careful. Like the fact that I'm making it E flat 6/9 now, it's from giving one quick listen to Ben's original from Whatever Never Amen, and realizing, oh God, he's not playing any dominant stuff there. There's nothing dominant about that. And so why did I make it dominant? It doesn't help. It doesn't feel like a backdoor 5/1 or something like that. So it's not helping me while I'm trying to fix this stinking thing. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, excellent question. I hope anything that was interesting. But it's easy to be. Thanks for asking, Jay. I really appreciate it. So now what? So what could be going on up above? Let's see. So this is C minor 11. Yeah, all right, nice. I'm glad that was cool. Um, it's easy to be. Nope. So like, what do we do? Like, just easy to be. No. See, that's kind of wasted too. It's easy to be. Easy. Easy to be. It's easy to be. Okay, all right. All right. All right. Here's what it is. And I don't know if you're going to like it. But frankly, I believe this kind of has to be the answer. And what it is. Do you see it happening? And then oh God. Oh, I can't deal with it. I can't take it. I don't like this. It's easy to be. It's so what I'm looking at doing is making the melody. It's easy to be easy and free. And then it's easy to underneath, pretty strong in the alto tenor bari. That hopefully gives the feeling of the original actual melody. Now, what then it makes me want to do is be like, well, okay, let me go all a cappella, like big A a cappella style, and just keep the soloist involved. And then the soloist can make this work. It's easy to be, easy and free. And maybe that just has to be the answer. I'm talking myself through it. Yep. I guess that's the answer. I guess that's it. Okay, so soloist stays involved. All right, that's the answer. I'm resistant to this because I really like for the ensemble to be featured. Um, but if I don't have the soloist on the lead here, it's not going to be it's not going to be very clear what the real melody is. But I need these notes covered by who can cover them. So again, easy and free. So easy and free, easy and free. And then, but what this allows me to do, this is why this is kind of this is why this is kind of nice. Oh yeah, but it doesn't when it doesn't mean anything, anything. Now, the melody is anything. It does go down, and I'm gonna have to see if this is gonna work with my reharm, or or if I or what's gonna get sacrificed basically. But yeah, soloist, you get to continue here, and it's easy to. And now what's my voicing? Now the fun part about this is that I get to go. I get to be really dense with the harmony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that works. So I'm not gonna do that. I like that. That if you listen to Vince Mendoza's Esperanza, that move of the half step in the lead in a situation kinda roughly like this. Like I really like that sound, but I don't think this is the spot for it in this chart. So, but what it is, okay. Am I excited about this? Well, yeah, I guess it's liberating. I guess it's liberating a little bit to just say, all right, why am I limiting myself by saying the ensemble it has to be everything and that the soloist can't be involved? When absolutely, soloists can stay involved, and the ensemble will seem like they're a big part of it. But if you mix up the lead a little bit, it will make sure that everybody perceives the melody like it's supposed to be. So here is what it is. And so yeah, here's our voicings, and this is the same approach we'll take. So easy and easy, easy and I still have to write the bass part, or did I finish? Bass part might be okay. Yeah, I guess. It's easy to doom, easy to doom 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 doom. Yeah, I did write this already. I just didn't put the syllables in. Anyway, okay. So that solves a problem for a decent chunk of the chart. To have made the decision that that when it does put words on this doesn't mean that mean yeah, I won't do that, I guess. Sorry, basses, you almost got to sing some words. Anyway, I distracted myself. Sorry, I distracted myself from finishing this thought, which was deciding that I'm holding on to something as a like conceptual standard. I'm like, I've got to. This has got to be. This is my ideal approach here. It has to be this way. And then if I don't let go of that at some point, I'm really making things too hard on myself. I don't want to get lazy, and make a decision just because I've run out of completely run out of ideas. But if I've tested a bunch of ideas, I kind of have to trust myself that okay, well, I've been around the block. I know that I'm not really going to get to any better solution than this particular one. So, it's easy and free. So the difference, easy and free, and this is baritone swapping with the melody, right? Easy and free. Doing the same move, and then crunch. D, re, um, free, free. So, okay. Now, is there a dynamic thing? Easy to be, easy and free. I mean, these are kind of up downs. Do I want to write them in, or just let groups figure out that that's preferable? Maybe we'll see how it goes in recording. Okay. Now, when it does it. Now, what is this? Now, here's my shot at the reharm. It doesn't mean A flat major 7. And actually, let me put the changes back up top. And I'll wipe out all this extra stuff down here that I don't need. And then maybe we'll go listen to what we have so far. But when it doesn't mean, when it doesn't mean anything, anything, when it doesn't mean, when it does. Okay, so when it doesn't mean. Okay, so here, when it, here. One time I could do this as long as I'm not going. When it doesn't mean anything, anything. So when it doesn't mean me, when it doesn't mean anything. Okay, yeah. That's what it's gonna be. So when it doesn't mean. Okay, so here's what I'm building off of. Again, usually I would be just writing full like chords quickly down so I don't forget what I'm doing. So this does make this harder for my weak brain to deal with. But when it but let's see if I can hold on to these ideas. Oops. See, if things like that happen, it distracts me. Whoops. Again, I'm anxious. I get this anxious feeling. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to screw this up. When it doesn't mean me. Now, somebody's got to double that. Me, when it doesn't mean. Let's go ahead. When it doesn't. Let's do when it doesn't mean. So we've got, and then when it doesn't. When it does. Okay, so altos, you got to get up here now. When it doesn't mean me. And so you're going to support that tenor or that the soloist. I know that me. Oh, whoops. Me. Actually, it doesn't mean. Interesting. When it doesn't. Actually, it's there. When it doesn't mean. It's going to be on the sharp 11. When it doesn't. Whoops. when it doesn't mean. And then tenors get the third thing when it does. I don't know what happened there. When it doesn't mean when it when it doesn't mean. So I'm just thinking incidentally of what note the bass is on. Dum, dum, dum. So it's on a A, so it's going to kind of have that feeling, even though it's an F chord. So if I've got, but I don't want to sell out the G that the berries need to move to there. So when it doesn't, when it doesn't, when it doesn't mean. Okay, let's keep when it doesn't mean, and then that'll be no major seventh here. Me. Oh, what am I talking about? No major seventh. Ugh, I just wrote the major seventh. Brains, mean anything. So I'm gonna leave room for the soloist to go anything. But the rest has got to be anything. Ooh, I mean, it just feels like it's obviously got to keep moving, right? And then take that seventh of the F7 chord, part of this reharm. Selfless chord and compose. No, not doing that. Okay. So what it is to mean anything is mean anything. So tenors thankfully get to do the G. I mean the B, the third, that really works with their line anything, and then the solo line is just nestled right in the middle of that, and then the tenors again get to just kind of do the move that we hope they get to do, basically, is just to work with the baritones in doing thirds and sevenths. So and then they're going to be, I can tell right now, they're going to be here. It's going to be, and it's going to be crunch against, and whoops, and then, so that'll be kind of a pretty 11 chord. And then it's going to be a different type of voicing, which is good. I'm glad I get to not just do parallel. So just straight up tertian, and compose, and that there's some movement down, there's some movement up. Makes me happy not to have to do parallel, but that works pretty well. I don't need an extra ooh. They are already on ooh, so why don't I just slur these and get rid of the extra lyric? I will do shortly. I haven't finished anything. I haven't finished the anything bit, but yeah, getting to the end of the chorus is encouraging on this chart for sure. For sure. Yeah, just gotta get rid of all the lyrics here and make this cleaner. In fact, I'm going to get rid of it on all of these. Do it once. Who. Do it one time. Copy and paste. I don't know about this crescendo, but I don't think that's what we want there. In fact, I think this doesn't. Yeah, this tie is all wrong too. That should cut off on 3. So I've got to redo all that. I've got to redo that because that doesn't really work. Cutting off do like that, right? So once again, try all of that. Undo it. Get rid of it. Copy it. Paste. And then I think I can do. Can I? Yeah, I can apply slurs to the whole thing. I don't know. You'd think I would know all of this pretty automatically after a long time of. I mean, I've been writing almost. Let's see. I've been writing in. Boy, since what? 23 or something years. 23, 24 years I've been writing in Sibelius, different versions of it. So, yeah. It is. This is not a new program to me, but it's still funny how things aren't automatic after all this time. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. I just have to finish the anything. Now I think I've got. What do we have? Anything. You remain. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just dropping the ooh for the tenors and berries. They think that works, and then and then giving a break to the upper structure here. So what is the rest of the voicing? Anything, anything. I know that much. I know this is almost done. I don't know if it stays there. Anything. Let's say anything. It doesn't mean anything. Anything. That's pretty precious. Oh yeah, yeah. That's too much clashing with that melody. So anything. So. Oh yeah. Let's see. Mean anything. Oh, let's do this. Let's go ahead and write like that. Yeah, that's true. And then anything, anything. Yeah. And then this has to move, I think. Anything, 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 anything. Yeah, that can hang. And anything. So, yep, the most obvious choice here, I think, is going to be the one that prevails. It's easy to be, easy and free when it doesn't mean anything. Is it? Hold on. Do I have a wrong lyric on that? That feels wrong. Let me just do a quick lyric search here and see if it's on the first chorus. Do I have a wrong word? No, that's right. When it doesn't mean anything, you remain selfless, cold, and composed. Yeah, jeez, man, that's a great lyric. Actually, I wondered if it doesn't mean anything to remain selfless, cold. Like if for some reason it was that. I don't know why I thought it was that. I have known this song since 1997. And I don't know why that wasn't clear, but yeah, just making sure. Now, dynamics, mezzo piano, easy and free. When it doesn't, Yeah, I guess I'm gonna let's do a crescendo on this line. Yeah, and that's what I was doing with the basses as well. And I'm calling it forte. That's cool. It's a forte for this song's purposes. It's maybe a different forte than some songs would be. Oh, why am I? Okay, yeah, that's because I've got it down here. It needs to be up here. I'm trying to do this right. I've put dynamics underneath the parts for so long, and it isn't really where they're supposed to go. But because of the chords, I just they always I don't want them getting in the way, and I mean of each other. So okay, so do I have the voicing done? Let's see. The it doesn't mean anything to you remain you remain ba-ba-doom, ba-doom. Yeah, this I don't like anymore. I think ba-ba-doom, ba anything dum, 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 ba. Let's just do ba here just to line it up with ooh, ooh, yeah, and I just don't. Yeah, that is fairly precious. The idea of cutting off on the end of three at this tempo, it's going to be ba. Ooh. I mean, that's all they're really going to do. And then this decrescendo happens here for sure. Ba, ba, ooh, ooh. Okay. Ba, ba. Uh, so it's a quicker decrescendo for soprano one and two and alto, and then they crunch with the helpless cold. And okay, cool. We should be able to do the stuff from the beginning here, right? And composed, and then I think that interesting. In this version, I'm going to be able to keep more of the melody in. See how I distracted myself again? I'm going to be able to keep more of the melody in the ensemble because the range is actually going to work much better for soprano ones, and then I can hang some chords on it. Um, yeah, so actually, this is going to get a bit of a rewrite here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have the you've done no wrong. I'm gonna have that be the only uh, solo interjection there, and then yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I have a little momentum now because I know what's coming. Um, so what about the opening? I'm sorry, I'm taking a look at this. All right, well, I'm gonna have to nuance this just a little bit. The ending of it, at least. So, what I tend to do when I am writing, and I know I've just done a copy paste, um, I do a little, I do a little mark like this or something. Actually, that's the mark I've been doing. I'll do a little bit of a mark like this that shows here is the beginning of, and this is temporary, and I'll get rid of it after the recording version. But the this is the beginning of a section that I'm going to be able to fly when we'll sing it just once and we'll track it and edit it and everything, and then we'll leave it blank until whatever stage that I need to bring something else back in. I mean, like do something different. Unfortunately, actually, this ends so early that yeah, I don't really. You know what? Forget that. It doesn't even save me that much trouble. Forget it. That is what I do, but I'm not going to do it here because it's not going to save me that much trouble. Because this has to be changed anyway. I have to rewrite all that stuff. Kolb, hey Kolb, says it's just as cool to hear the things that don't make it into your arrangement as the things that do. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for bringing us along on the journey, man. You are so welcome, and yeah, thanks for saying that. That's kind of you to look at it that way. Um, yeah, I have I've had a lot of questions over the years about the arranging process, and I just figured out that if I did it live, it would be easier to explain some of the things that I end up maybe not explain it, but just at least demonstrate the things that I end up doing kind of automatically. Um, like I'm doing automatic things right now while I'm talking to you, and the uh, the this has been this has been just kind of useful for that purpose, to make these videos. And also I like it for the fact that it does keep me on task, and it keeps me kind of sitting in the chair for a while, not browsing Reddit, whatever. I've got a fresh, well, not a fresh game of, I've got a decent save file going right now on Cyberpunk 2077 that I'm revisiting at the moment, and it's like about, you know, is it even 20 feet away from me over there? But if I've got if I've got you guys along with me here, I'm more likely to actually finish my work for today, which is the first day of spring break at KU right now. And I may not finish on this whole stream here, but I certainly will make a lot of progress, and it's being motivated by you all here in chat, and my friends. Folks coming by to say hi that often have watched these. I love that, and then so Kolb, it's great to meet you and good to see you here. Feel free to say what's up. Tell me more about tell me about yourself and your own, if you're on a writing journey, if you're writing vocal jazz, or if you're singing someplace or studying and all that, or teaching, any of it. But thanks for being here. So getting back into this intro again, it's a new kind of intro, and compose. And then here, let's just settle this a little bit with. So this is sort of finding a transition into the "You've Done Me No" favor, and into verse 2 here, and then and the chord on "You've Done Me" should work out. We'll see what's going to happen with the "You've Done Me No." I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that's a quick catch. I was just saying I don't like the breath on, the indicated breath on the and of three at this tempo. Like a swinging and of three breath doesn't give you a lot after you've just sung this whole thing. So I'm not sure I want to keep that the way it is, but I do want to finish, dude. Yeah, you know what? Let's be practical. Again, this is the older version of me that's going to not hear the rest of and it's going to give the whole group a breath, except for the bass, who's going to dum dum, and then probably something different than this. Dum dum you, you've done no, you've done me, done. You've done, you've done, you. Let's see. Dum 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 dum. You've done, you've done, you've done me. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Dum, you've done, dum dum. You've done me. Dum, you've done me. No. Dum dum, dum, you've done me. I guess I'm gonna go. Dum, dum, dum. Let's do this. Let's go. Dum, 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 dum. Let's do dum, dum, do. And yeah, cool. No problem. Glad to be here and totally hear you about focus and accountability. Thank you for putting it into the actual words that I should have used, because that is what it is, right? I'm always looking for ways to be better about this in my own projects. Um, it's it's a thing. I mean, I definitely have hyperfixation and hyperfocus as part of the old. Yeah, very common ADHD that many of us have right now. And yes, I took my meds this morning. But still, the hyperfocus is a beautiful thing for projects like this, and I do love this. I do enjoy it. Sometimes it gets so complicated, it gets so challenging that the call to something external starts to be really strong. And then so yeah, if I've got you all there hanging out. Or if I even frankly, if I know that I'm making a video that later is going to be a VOD for people that I send them to about, oh, you should totally watch the refreshed, when I wrote the refreshed version of this, I did it live or whatever. Well, then this is good for posterity and stuff. Kolb says I'm not doing too much vocal jazz these days, but was involved back in high school. And it worked with, Kolb, oh my gosh, we worked together at 2018 ILME. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh wow. What a fantastic group that was. That All-State group. You all what were you, like 8 singers in that group, and man, some really fabulous vocalists. It's unusual to have an All-State group that's that small, but they also have a larger group at ILMEA. At least they did at the time. That was the way they put those together, and so it was really cool working with like the small, like the small group, like the heaviest of the heavies in Illinois. I mean, where a ton of great vocal jazz happens. It was a real privilege to work with them. Any of us vocal jazz director types who have gotten to do that, it's a big deal. Neat. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, sorry I forgot by singing your name there. I forgot that connection, but I certainly remember it now. Yeah, a group of 9, super tight. Yeah, you say you're not arranging anything in the moment, but usually have a transcription project going on the side. Accent, High-Low Singers Unlimited. Yeah, right on. Good thing to do. Very good. And good to do the lift. I mean, you could theoretically. There's a lot of this stuff. Maybe people have lifted it. Or have made an attempt and put it on MuseScore or something like that. And you can just find it and study it or whatever. But it's the process of listening over and over, as you know very well, I'm sure, from experience. I'm so glad you've stuck with that element of your of the vocal jazz experience, at least. That's very cool. Well, very cool to have you. Super cool. Okay, so what are we doing? So we get into You Done Me No. How do we do this? What's the melody? You've done me no favor to call him. Now, this was the phrasing of the soloist. No favor. Now this is putting a breath. Ooh. Oh, favor. Oh, God. A whole group putting a breath on beat 3 before no favor to call and be nice. I mean, it's what Ben does, and Ben's amazing. But when a whole group does it, it really highlights the fact that we're not linking our phrase, that we're taking a breath in the middle of, no, we've done me no favor. Oh, but that's a long phrase. You've done me no favor to call and be nice. Nice. And in fact, that's going to need to be it. Yeah. Favor. Yeah. It's just got to be this. If we're going to put the whole group on this, well, we don't have to put the whole group on this, do we? Why? Why do we? Why would we? why would we have to put the whole group on it when we can do a different thing? What else could we do though? Okay. No, oh God, I need all of this though. Sorry, I'm just staring at this right now. I'm just staring at this. Yeah, I think we'll put the whole group on it. Now, first of all, this is E flat 6/9. Do not forget. Don't let me do anything different than that. Uh, in fact, I'm going to fix all of these that are coming up here. Just get this done at once because it's easier to do the same thing multiple times than to have to keep remembering it. Okay. All right. Yeah, there you go. You done me. No, no, no favor. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna really like being able to write voicings on this now. So this is kind of cool. Oh, favor. Yeah. So we get to actually crescendo through this. Um, I think there's a lot to like about this. So it's worth having to take a breath before favor. Because I don't know about the bass yet. I'll fix that in a sec. So here's your 5-note voicing on favor, which gets to be a proper 5-note voicing. Maybe I'll write it like this. Let's see. Yeah, and then I'll blow it up. Let's do that. Just to give everybody some motion. You see what I mean? Because it's like, so the top notes, they're all moving, and the bottom 2 notes are all moving. The tenor barrier moving. And if I can do that, like we're gonna have moments where I need to get repeats in here, especially when it gets really clustery. But in order to do that and to not have it just be super parallel, we do have to find ourselves like changing the kind of voicing. And so this first one is what, drop 3, right? So it's dropping this. I don't really think about that stuff very often, and then it's skipping the 7th. But more I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about the quartal voicing, and then the 3rd on the top. All right, hey, oh my gosh, Jay's headed to GC production rehearsal. Can't wait to watch the rest of this later. Hey, it was so cool to see you. That's right, you're at Western now. Please, my love to all of Gold Company, and yes, please, yes, you already got to it. Say hey to Greg, and have an incredible rehearsal. I don't know if you're doing Miller Show or whatever. I guess maybe it's that time of the year. Awesome. Yeah, look out for Jason Vale. Just a really fantastic talent, and they are really doing, I'm sure, wonderful things up at Western Michigan right now, and can't wait to see it. And about to publish some of Jay's music, so we look out for that in the coming year. Favor to go. What's a good voicing? Yeah, nah. Favor to go. Yeah, it's just back to this. So yeah, we get all of this harmony now in this version of the chart. Yeah, just checking. Just kind of swapping notes around. I think it's gonna be this. And call them B and B, na na. Call them B, na na na. Be nice. Okay, let's let this one be. I really want this one. I was gonna say 6 6 9, but let us. Oh, I can't zoom in on enough to change how it's written. Let's go ahead and call this major. What do I have in it? 13? I don't. It's like just 9? Okay, major 9. But I really like that voicing. And I don't know. Again, I'm probably going to do something different with this bass part, but I'll make sure that it works with all that once I drop that down. Oh, I didn't play it up to this point. Let's play it from the beginning. So we have this. You can't really hear that very well, but there's something I think I have to fix, but we'll get to it in a second. Okay, and we'll get back to that. There was this E. Yeah, I don't know if I remember deciding to do it this way, so I might have forgotten to fix a voicing. Back at Broken. No, I didn't finish this voicing. This should have been. Oh, yeah, this is all wrong. That was why it sounded so messed up. Yeah, this should be yikes. Yeah, that's why we listened. Because I was like, I didn't think I wanted the sharp 11, and I should have written it if I did. This is where I wanted E flat, I think, and that. Kolb says, do you already have your reharm planned out, or are you composing as you go? Well, interesting question, Cole, because this is a redo, and you can go on the, since you're on the YouTubes, you can open another window if you want, and if you just search Sacramento State Selfless Cold, you'll hear the original version. It's posted by like Corregus, which was the name of the YouTube account of a former student of mine who did the film shoot of that, and she has a ton of views from that now, which fantastic. So yeah, you can see the original version, and it was written in C, in the key of C. Has Butterscotch on beatbox. Butterscotch is a pretty well-known beatboxer in that world, and has had a nice career since these days, the days that they were at Sac State. And then, but yeah, this was a pretty cool group that did it back in the day, my combined Sac State ensembles. And that's the group, and that recording is pretty much what made it onto the Folds album. There was a little bit of a different mix that happened, but anyway, so I'm using all of that. I'm literally replacing as I go. Like right now, I've put everything up a fourth from the key of C. So I'm working in F now, but like right here at letter F in the chart at 84, telling me this is all the original chart. And it just goes and goes and goes. There's a lot left. This is a long chart. It's like 6 minutes. So yeah, I have a lot more to do. Yeah, so the reharm, I do have an idea of the reharm in mind because of the original chart that I'm now refreshing. And so that's kind of what's going on. But I may, I am changing some aspects. It was kind of an accidental thing that made all of these, the flat seven things, I made them dominant. Folds' chart, Folds' original doesn't do that, and I don't think it adds anything to have made it dominant. So now we're not going to have that dominant anymore. So here, let me put this down. Let's see here, and that move, and explode, and bank. Let's see. Oh, and then get rid of all these. Flavor to call and be nice, and be nice. I don't know if I love that rhythm. Let's see. Favor to call and be nice, be nice, be nice. Yeah, we should get into that note early. Be nice, be nice, and then scoop. That would be stylistically the way we want to see that. I can take anything. So yeah. Oops. That's right. And then be nice. Yeah. Be nice. And then yeah, we will make slurs out of all those, and then I gotta go bump bump and bump bump bump, and just stylistically gonna make that work a little bit better, I think. Yeah. I definitely think I have work to do on the bass part, but I'm gonna just keep plowing away at this harmony. So then nice, nice. Yeah, I think I'll get to the major early again. That's a move that sometimes I've chosen to do in this chart. I did anyway. You can see, telling me yeah, I did it in the original too. I guess that's probably why I was hearing that. So like, nice, yeah, see, it would have been telling me, but now it's nice. Yeah, just it's a cluster, so whoops. Let's do this. Just swap. Sometimes, like in this case where it's like F in the sopranos and G down here in the baritones, and then the sopranos are going to go up to the G, and then you just move the basses, the baritones down to the F. You just swap roles. But everything else in the voicing stays the same, and it's decent voice leading, and then you get all the stuff covered. So. Except now we need to go back, and I need the third here, so. Telling me. See, this will be kind of fun. Let's be super crunchy on this then. And then right? And then the only one that doesn't tie is that one which is going to slur, and then I can quickly add. That's 6 parts though. What am I? What have I done? Da, 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 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should just be that. Yeah, in that case, I don't mind having a root in the voicing because of the texture that's created. That does still make me happy in this case. So I try to write rootless voicings most of the time. Let's see, but yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking about the next thing that's going to happen. Try to write rootless voicings most of the time, but if and I think this is kind of a Gary Lindsay thing, longtime arranging teacher at University of Miami. It was one of Julia's arranging teachers or composition teachers while she was in school, and a friend of ours, a really great guy. He will talk about sometimes. Yeah, you write rootless, and you want to sub in a ninth every time you possibly can if you're writing in jazz harmony. But if it helps you to get the right texture, then all bets are off. Do whatever you got to do. And so I think that works. Now, can't take anything. Now this is basically already done, except I would put these down the octave. But yeah, this is what we really want. We want the octaves here on that. And again, it was can't take anything. It was the group Loco Unison in the chart when it was down a fourth. But here it needs to be this. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and throw this in here, explode it. Every once in a while I'll write like this if I know it's like pretty if it's going to be homorhythmic and stuff like that, then we can get away with that. I don't know why, but I didn't get my scoop, but that's an easy fix. We want the second note to be scooped, so let's do it. Telling me, telling me, telling me, yeah. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. What are we doing with dynamics in this section? Because that can affect how we write this. You've done me. Okay, so this also I think is starting at mezzo piano. And then no, and then this is one of these that like. Yeah, it's an effect. We're doing an effect. Sorry, it's taking me a second to commit myself to this particular idea that I've already decided on, but okay, cool. Yeah, again, I got to write the bass part. I'm currently more interested in writing the upper structure. Be nice, telling me I can't take it. Oh, see, we don't even get the. Let's see. I can't take anything. Ooh, okay. So tenors and berries have a new function in this chart. So what we're gonna do is finish this, and then. I, yeah, yeah, I, yeah, and then yeah, that's what this does. Whoops, big whoops, big whoops, big oops. Fix this, please. Okay, and do the same, and yeah, I'll do something with it. This is gonna work, but I don't know exactly how I'm gonna resolve this yet. But yeah, the TB or T Berry being on a support here is gonna work. Oops, 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 oops. Yeah, I think this will be nice. And then save, save, save. So it's like but then we get to keep. Can't take anything, can't take anything, anything, can't take anything. Yeah, we'll just use that. Anything, anything. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 let's see. Hmm. I'm trying everything I can possibly think of with this soprano to alto to make this make sense. Anything. Like, yeah, okay, let's do that then. I, and then and then oh wait, yeah. So it'll be color. And then once again, I've kind of turned this into a major 7. I said I kind of wasn't going to do that, but I'm finding opportunities for a little bit more interesting stuff happening. So major 13 here. Now, anything pop, anything pop, pop. I like. Yeah, so here's another vocal jazz crescendo for you. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess I see it down on the bass part, and I realize that was in the original. So I keep finding that I am somehow subconsciously influenced by the original more than I really would like to admit. But this is going to be another crescendo to a forte. So let's do that. Yeah, and I think their mezzo piano starts there, and then like, and for this part, it's gonna be. So yeah, it's very back and forth in terms of the dynamic energy. And that's kind of the trick on this. Okay, so we've made it to liturgy. We've gotten through the first half of verse 2. Yeah, that's right. We got first. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for the bridge. That's gonna be exciting. Okay. Don't get too excited. Let's finish this now. So what does the bass do? You've done me. Doom, 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 ba, doom, 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 doom. There's no need for that. Yeah, so while I can write it a little higher, I will. While it's not, while the Berry isn't in its way. Doom, 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 ba, doom, doom, ba, doom, doom, ba, ba, doom. Yeah, let's put a little rhythm here. Doom, ba, ba, doom, 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 ba, ba, doom, 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 doom. Dum, 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 ba-dum. Dum, dum, dum. I can, dum, dum, I can take, dum, I, I can take, and I can take, I can take. Yeah, the old I can take anything that worked. It worked before, but I'm being a little bit more particular about the relationship between the bass and the harmony, and I don't want to get involved with C naturals when there's D flats above it. So dum ba dum dum boom bing dum boom bing dum 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 ba dum ba dum dum ba dum dum ba dum. Yeah, let's simplify this so we don't have to go up to the F. Dum dum dum. And again with the four tuplet thing, getting cute there. Dum dum. Okay. Ba dum 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 ba dum dum. Ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, do, ah, dum. Let's do dum, dum, do, ah, dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum. Yeah. So do I know this needs to be dum do do dum do dum ah dum, and then that's dum. And then let's write the syllables now. So what have we done? So you done me no dum dum dum. Yeah, just dum dums. Dum 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 ba dum 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 ba 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 dum 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 ba dum. You'll notice I like have to sing through the line to make sure everything makes sense, right? But I guess that's not uncommon. Dum 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 ba dum 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 do ah. Yeah, dum 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 ba dum ba dum dum ba dum ba dum dum ba dum dum ba dum ba dum. Yeah, let's make it more interesting if there's a break here. Dum ba dum dum ba dum ba dum dum ba dum ba dum dum ba dum 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 ba dum do ba ba do 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 ba do 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 do. Let's actually line this up. Do 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 do. Yeah, bring it up there. Do 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 ah do ah ba ba da ba ba da 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 ba da. Yeah, so a little bit of time here, and getting the in the old version of the chart, I only have the dynamics below the bottom staff, and I just write a note like, "Hey, look to the bottom staff for your dynamics, everybody." Which again, it's the kind of thing I don't want to do anymore. I just want to write it like a normal chart. I don't have any license to write weirdly, you know. Do do let's see. Wah bada wah bada. Let's see. Wah bada. Yeah, I need the breath there. Wah bada da bada 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 da da. Yeah, da da bada da 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 da. And you've done wrong. And you've done wrong. Doom, if you've done wrong, doom, ba doom, doom, ba doom, 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 and probably again back doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 ba doom, 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 ba doom, ba doom, 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 doom. Dun, 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 dum, dum, ba-dum, 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 dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba. Yeah, here we go. Dum, 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 ba, dum, ba, dum, 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 da, ba, ba, dum, da, dum, 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 side. Let's do. Yeah, let's make this side. So, and then dum, dum, dum. Okay, and then move this up here. Yeah, I'm not sure about all this. This is just going to come from. This is going to be a copy and paste. I'm sure of it. A chart this long, you just can't write it all. Like, you just can't like keep writing new ideas for the same sections. It's just too much to ask of the singers. So anyway, I'll figure this. There's all kinds of weird stuff with the lyrics right now. Okay. So like boom. Okay, now this little bit again with the asterisks and all that. Okay, like like. Whoa, what was this? No, we've got it. Okay, okay. I that works. That works. Oh well. Mm. Yeah, no, I think this has to go back to the solo, doesn't it? Because we need to do something here. We're already taking a break, like doom doom ba doom. It just you can't. You don't know me to be so polite. It's got to be this solo, and so we do go back to this. And you've done no wrong. So at least I've added one phrase for the ensemble to do, and that makes me feel decent. Now, what is this? So is it really do 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 do? That's probably the voicing. Yeah, that probably makes sense. So some things up a fourth do work. Know me to be so, because yeah, the solo is on the major seventh. So you don't, yeah, that'll work. So I mean, this seems like a spreading out one, right? Yeah, this has to be that. So this would be. And I don't know about that, but like. So then it has to go. Yeah, this is a big whole tone scale thing, and then. So again, sorry baritones, you gotta sing in your falsetto a little bit. So it's gonna be. That stays on G, and then this goes to E flat, and then. And then this is going to the third. So yikes for the voice leading a little bit. That's not a bad line. It sounds musical. And then we'll figure out wah in a second. But let's get this crescendo in place. Let's get the mezzo forte in place. I think the wah was right. I mean, it's not the best voice leading you've ever seen, but it does get the chords I want to have happen. So in this case, it's slightly a compromise on the voice leading front, but not a ton. I mean, it's learnable pretty quickly. They sound like melodies. These lines, I believe, in this context. But yeah, usually try to prioritize that maybe a little bit more, but I think that is the effect that we want there. Let's see if the rest of it is all right. Like, so it was that's a little bit too much activity. It's too swinging. So or something that. Yeah, just let's do a be so polite. Yeah, nothing reinventing the wheel here. Here we go. Okay, and then oops, beep, beep, beep. And then be polite. Interesting. Let's see. It's interesting actually to just go to an add two chord there. I mean, I don't know about interesting, but I think I like it. We haven't really done that. It's always had a 6 in there, so just add 9, or is it just? We'll just say add 9. Yeah. Wah oh wah or something. So what is it? Oh, I need to zoom in a little bit. Okay. So this is Ooh, but yeah, I know why I did that. Because I wanted voice leading. All right, fine. That makes sense. I was thinking it was too much going on, but I guess I need to rewrite that. And then I'll do like yabba da oo, so it comes down a little bit, and then yeah, yabba ya yabba yabba da yabba da oo, yabba da oo, da oo. Okay, well that's fine, and then yeah, 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 and this, yeah, that this. Here's the reason for not liking this, because then you just got altos going yeah, but for no reason. But that's how we get to that other voicing position. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, but yeah, yeah, and then I can do like at least to change the tenor note. And then yeah, what is this? Yeah, ah, I don't want to get there early. I don't want to get there early for the basses. Yeah, so they have to repeat it too. God dang it. Yeah, I just don't want to get there early. I don't know what that is. It's an instinct that I have, at least. Maybe it's called something. Maybe, but you know, yeah. But from an arranging teaching perspective, I don't know. Maybe I should name it because it would be easier to communicate that idea. But just I always talk about it selling out. Like I don't want to sell out. In other words, I don't want to reveal the landing chord. I want all of the notes, if possible, to click in at that time, unless I'm doing a common tone thing, like the effect is to have common tones. Okay. So, and then this is. Let's see. You've done no wrong. So let's just do. Let's do this in unison. I think. I know I bailed on this the last time I had an opportunity to do it, but you've done no. You've done no wrong. No wrong. Done no. Done no wrong. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think this is still gonna work. Again, this is the original stuff. I done no wrong and all that. Up a fourth now, so it's higher than the berries would have been, but it does work. They have that in their range. So you've done no, and then we want 5-note cluster, don't we? So let's do that instead of. Again, yeah, this is a move from earlier. The no rock. Ooh, that should be pretty. I hope. The no rock. Yeah, and then the basses berries. Done, oh, you've done, no, you've done no wrong. Dun, 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 ba, dun, dun, ba, dun, ba, dun. Yeah, let's fix that. Dun, 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 ba, dun, ba, dun. You don't know, run, 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 dun, 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 run, dun, dun, run, um, I don't know about this. I don't know about that descending thing that they do. I'm gonna try to see if I can make all this work without that. Don't know wrong. And it goes to E69. Yeah. We stick with that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's go. Get out of my let's just go longer with this so I can get more out of moving the altos to. Yeah, let's just get more out of this wrong crunch. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. I need to probably back out so you can see the harmony a little better. So. Get out of my. And so again, in this whole second verse, we're changing the E flat 6/9 to E major somethings, and frankly, I'm obviously I'm okay with it because I'm moving on with it, but I do dig that. I think that it is we are elevating a little bit. We're doing something new. Now, what's the dynamic? You don't know. Let's just say this is piano. Oops. Let's say that's piano. I feel like the bass is more like mezzo piano because then it's gonna come down here, and then this is still wrong side, and that's for sure a crescendo. Yeah, well, good. Okay, so I've written that crescendo here. Now I don't know what this is. Before I did this, major 7 thing. Now that would be F major 7 on Sayite. I'm not sure if we're gonna stick with that. And see, what did I do with it? This is like mezzo piano though? So yeah, this is I have to get this to agree. So it's a crescendo 2 forte, but then it's kind of subito. Yeah, I mean it really is subito mezzo piano. Did I call it subito before at the chorus? I feel like I didn't. No, I just said. Oh well, I also did. I also didn't do a big crescendo. So, yeah. Um, Now I kind of need to say subito because I'm doing a big move before it. It's easy to. Oh, I just need to copy and paste this. It's funny. I've been thinking like I'm not finishing something. What am I doing? All of this copying and stuff. But actually, I think I am there. So it's easy to be. So all this is good all the way to oh the like the sort of soli. God, I don't think I can get rid of the soli. No, I mean, I've got to keep that soli. Um, how? Oh, jeez. Is there any? God, I feel so compromised if I don't include that soli. Oh no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You gotta. We have to include the soli. Okay, and compose. Okay, so I gotta finish. I gotta finish this. Composed. Okay, and then I'm gonna get this from. Yeah, I'm gonna get the second half of the interlude from elsewhere. Whoops. Okay. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'll have to come get that in a second. Sorry, this is logistical junk that you don't. There's nothing really interesting about this. Oh, I didn't finish the site. That's why I had it in the back of my mind that I wasn't really. What am I doing, copying and pasting this? But I can do this. It's just I do need to make sure I don't forget to finish um, the rest of it. So I will remember that. Okay, but I am getting this done. This is fine. And then I just need the rest from the intro. Yeah, I need the last 4 bars from the intro for this. And then, okay, here goes. Last 4 from the intro goes here. Okay, cool. All right, now sight. I didn't finish sight. So get out of my. And I just have to make sure I want this again because this is sight. Get out of my. So we've just done. Get out of my sight. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like tension. Oh, it's just a triad. I think it's better if I don't have a third. If I just go to. So if it's like side, get out of my sight. Yeah, let's do it like that. Not quite as nasty of transition. Um, Not quite as nasty of a transition. Side. Um, but we do need a melisma slur here. And meow meow. Okay, and then side. No. Side. what do I do? Okay, I guess it's gonna be this, and then the altos do the move, the sight crunch move. And then side, side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we just go to like F5. We'll just call it that. And then instead, this is more like not F major 7 sharp 11, but it's like, I mean, I hate saying like doing all the no 3 stuff, but that's kind of what it is. So I'm just going to say F major 7. Bleh. I'm just going to say F major 7 or whatever. Side, side. It's easy to be. But that should be a gorgeous transition, I think. I don't think we'll hear it in the. I don't think we'll hear it in our playback here. But let's just like hear the second verse through that. Yeah, I kind of have to put. I mean, playback wants me to do it, but because I've done a decrescendo, I kind of need to indicate that we're still at piano there, so we can hear anything. You've done no wrong. Oh, and this is probably already. This is on lyrics. It's probably pretty. Get out of my sight. In fact, it may just be mezzo forte. Do I crescendo this? Huh. I don't want to overdo all the dynamics moves, and I may have already done that, but no, we'll just let the sopranos come in. Soprano ones come in pretty strong with "Get out of my," they're just upset. Get out of my sight. Okay, easy to be, read, biddle be. You made self as cold and compose, boodle doo, boodle boo, and then we get to the soli section. Now, this won't work as written, but I mean, you can see there's all kinds of junk that won't work about it. First of all, I'm doing divisi in these lines, which I would never do now, just for simplicity's sake, and because I can make it work with 6 parts. My gosh, if I can't make voicings work effectively with 6 parts, in a chart that I've set out to write as SAT Bobby, then well, I don't know what the answer to the if I can't thing is, but I need to make it work. That's just, I'm going to say that. It's not the worst thing ever, but just in terms of logistics, like when people are planning for their group, they just having to deal with the fact that, oh no, you split, you take these. In fact, you do this part track and you do this part track, and just it's more cognitive processing than you really need when I can just like decide. I can make some decisions rather than including everything. So okay, here's this way too high. This won't work. Ooh. Baby, now throw me right to the chin. So here's the first bridge, by the way. It's quite a song. And then improv. Right? And then a second bridge. Let's go. Come on, baby, now throw me a right. Now take shit out of there somehow. One sign to show me you won't give in or something. You won't give in or something that rhymes, but lightly and I grow weaker and then this is chord. So big reharm moment there. This was me really pushing the envelope in the arranging at the time. It's easy to be. And this same chorus again. I'll be bringing in the new chorus. And then this is new extension. You're so selfless, cold, so selfless, cold, and then more scatting. We are deep into this chart at this point. 3 times. Ooh, ah, ooh, oh, ah, probably in the new version. And then this ending epilogue, which I will miss desperately, but I've got to rewrite it. I mean, how are they going to do that? So it's too high. It's a lot of work to do still on this thing to make it work. So a lot to do still, as you can see, because all of that stuff that I just played basically doesn't work at all. And this chart is with repeats even included. It's 322 bars plus the repeats. It's wild to have a 6-minute a cappella chart like this. It's an absolute. It's vocally really. It takes a lot of energy. But it's a huge payoff, I think. It's very exciting. I mean, it's a wonderful song, and the new arrangement is going to work a lot better. I just don't want to cut. I really don't want to cut elements of it. I mean, I feel like the energy of it is, the excitement of it does in part come from just the overall shape of the composition originally. So I really don't want to lose any of that stuff. So. Yeah, we're going to pick this back up at J when I come back to do some more writing. In proper spring break mode, I think I may go ahead and be done for today. And I may go and play some Cyberpunk or may just get some other work done. But I really appreciate you checking this one out. Friends who are still with me here, that's awesome. You can expect it tomorrow. I'm going to give it a shot. To sit in and do it. Maybe I'll look more attractive in some way, and I'll put the camera on. Actually, I had a technical problem with the camera today, so I wasn't able to do that. But hopefully that will work out. But yeah, I will pick it up from Jay, and there's lots more to do. Like how far am I into it time wise? Yeah, I'm only 2 minutes 22 seconds into a 6-minute chart, so. There's some repetition left, but there's a lot of big decisions that have to be made. However, this is well worth it. It's an epic tune that I'm very excited to have refreshed for 2025. It's well worth bringing back. And then again, yeah, keep looking out for the others. Virtual Insanity and I Want You Back are already written, and we're in the recording process, finishing those. Got to get drums and some vocals done on it. And yeah, so thanks for watching this. For being a part of this, you guys in the chat. It was really super cool to get to talk to you. And I wasn't meeting you, Cole, but I've met you before, and how cool for that. So it was a really neat thing for you to come back. And Seth, always enjoy seeing you on there too, my friend. We will pick this up again. Almost not quite 4 hours, 3 hours 45 minutes. This is usually about as long as I go on these things, and it usually takes me about 2 of them. I suspect this could take me as many as 3 whole chunks of this to properly finish. And then, do I write a with rhythm section version? Oh, I don't know. Do I have the energy for that? We'll see. But that is all for now. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned some stuff too about vocal jazz arranging, and I will see you later.